It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. 2-1. A brilliant performance by Nolan yet again, securing England a place in the World Cup finals. That's how good we are, folks. We've skipped the Euros. We've gone straight to the World Cup finals. Do not pass go. I've lost my shirt. I had England, Wales to go further than England in the tournament, but hey ho, still got my cap. Welcome to Drinking with Andrew, the post-match special. Everyone's gone to bed. Everybody's gone live. For fuck's sake, give him a chance. The notifications are barely coming out. Even Stephen and even Damien, a long time since I've seen you both. Dave says it's coming home. It certainly is. It's actually at home. It's at Wembley. There we go. A brilliant performance. You know, obviously we wanted to give the Danish a bit of a chance, so we let them go to extra time. But in the end, winning goal from Nolan sorted it. Where's the shirt? Don't need the shirt. That went flying a while ago. No idea where that is, on the floor somewhere. There we go. A glorious victory. Christian Eriksen's got my shirt because he's gone home. Don't send me home. Oh, I can't remember the words now. Don't take me home. Forget it. We have won the Euros. I mean, the final doesn't matter now, really. Yes, an awesome performance from Nolan again. This show is always safe for work. Here we go. Glorious victory for the whole of the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, of course, because you know we all support England when it comes to something like this. Brilliant performance. And I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to accept this low ball offer on a pair of jeans. There you go. You can have those for 25 quid. They only cost me a fiver anyway, love. Even though they're listed for 40 quid. Oh, yeah. It's time for Guess the Price of Money Mental UK. I've just had a sale. What have I just accepted an offer for? It's not a cricket hat. This is a Nike England football cap. Nike have never sponsored the England cricket team. Correct, it is indeed 25 if they pay. Glorious victory there. Links in the chat if anyone wants to come live and celebrate a momentous victory for... Who won again? Who won again? Can I hear it? England! There we go. It's far too hot. But yes. Who wants to see what I'm wearing on my pants? Vote 1 if you want to see below the belt. Really, Channel 3 smashing out the adverts now, aren't they? Yeah, Sterling was very good, I thought, today. I wasn't too sure. You know, Southgate, he didn't seem to want to play his substitutes, did he? But we won it. With this matter, I'm not sure about that. Italy going to be a very tough side. I said getting to the semis would be a massive achievement for England. We've gone one step further than my prediction. We're in the final. I'm drunk. Jose Mourinho's on the TV. He's talking about all the places being special. Hasn't been special for England. The cruelty. What cruelty? Glorious victory. When I am gloriously drunk. You can forget about work for the rest of the month now. The nation's going to have to look after itself. The milk slices look nice that they're advertising. Welcome Tea Cakes, welcome Sam, welcome John. Welcome to anyone else who's still awake and watching. In case you've missed it, England have won the World Cup. Breaking a fact. It's time we put the banner up.
It means that Gareth Southgate and his team will be in Sunday's final. Let's hear from the head coach with game. Gareth, well done. Semi-finals are meant to be torture for England, but England are meant to lose them, so you changed that narrative tonight. Yeah, I'm so proud of the players. I mean, incredible occasion to be a part of. The fans were incredible tonight. We knew it wouldn't be straightforward. The game the other night in Rome was so straightforward, and we said to the players, we're going to have to at some point show resilience and come back from some setbacks, and we did that tonight.
There we go. Hi, Kevin. Boris is probably doing the same. He's probably lost his t-shirt as well. Swung it round the room somewhere. Christ knows where it's gone. Glorious victory. Hello, Maggie. Don't need no lucky shirt. Yep, so Gareth is on the TV.
Did you ever doubt your team tonight, or were you always convinced in them? No, I felt we would get there, but I knew we would have different sorts of battles. Them up, so underrated as a team, and they did cause us a lot of problems. I think when you've waited as long as we have to get through a semi-final, the players, considering the limited international experience some of them have done an incredible job. Is that the most pleasing thing tonight, that you've come through an atmosphere like this when you were expected to win after a setback, and knowing the history? I know you don't want to talk too much about the history, but there's a weight there. No, the most pleasing thing is that we've given our fans and our nation a fantastic night, and the journey carries on for another 4 days. In terms of the team, yeah, absolutely. To come through that sort of a night, we've suffered in Moscow on a night like this, and we've managed to put that right. I didn't want to celebrate too much after the quarter-final. Will there be a small celebration tonight for the players? They've had it, haven't they? It looked like mayhem on the pitch to me, and I was part of it. So, but no, look, we're in the final. We've got to enjoy that fact. But there's one more massive hurdle to try and conquer. Yeah, you haven't got to the peak of Everest.
No, it's a phone.
The challenge now is Italy, and obviously to make sure you prepare.
We're listening to Sir Gareth's wisdom.
Yeah, they're a very good side. I've thought that for the last couple of years, they've really shown outstanding form. They've got defensive warriors at the back who've been through everything. So it's a great game to look forward to. This will go down, I think, as an epic, but you have to follow it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I think we've had 3 memorable games on the bounce now. We said we want to create memories for our nation, and I said the other day, the young ones think it's always like this. I've just had to tell Saka and Bellingham it doesn't normally work like this. Now to finish the job. Yeah, that's it. Finals are to be won. We've got to regroup. We've got to prepare properly. We've got to recover, because tonight's taken a lot emotionally and physically. But Italy have also had that last night. We've got an extra day to recover. We'll think about that on the way back to Bern. Congratulations, Gareth. Thanks, Gabriel.
There we have it. A glorious victory. So Gareth has done us proud. And I've sold a pair of jeans. All is right with the world. apart from a few minor details. Oh, what a glorious victory. Right, let's get the link in the chat. Let's see who wants to come live on this night of celebration.
Where Gareth Southgate has been questioned if he would have been battered if it had gone wrong. Trippier in the first game, not playing Grealish enough. Obviously, Scotland didn't get in the system. People say it was too defensive against Germany. When the team's announced, it was like, oh, we've got 8 defenders in the team, including the goalkeeper. We've got 3 attackers. So he's done things his way all the way through the tournament. There's no ego in that dressing room.
Welcome, Stu.
Get carried away and make decisions that need to be made for the team to be successful. And he put the team first. And Jack tonight has suffered. And look, it's an embarrassing moment for him in the sense of being sub. No one ever likes it, but he will recognise it's the right thing for the team.
Were you surprised actually that Saka came off? Saka was involved in the goal. Do you think that was a surprising decision in itself? Well, no, because that's been the pattern of Gareth. He started it, switched team, goes into defence, and he changed it. I feel for Jack. I can't lie. He's seen it as a tournament that he really wants to be a part of.
We've won the World Cup. I'll take victory anyway it comes.
We can just hope that it didn't put Kasper Schmeichel off because it's stupid and he doesn't deserve that, and that sort of thing nobody wants to see. The thing is, the way it's gone for Denmark, the way the tournament started for them, and the way they progressed, they went on to show people, yes, they lost one of their best players, but they are a very, very good football team. For them to obviously lose.
Is tomorrow a warm-up party for Sunday? What's happening tomorrow? Glorious victory. Yes, I mean, we should have won that match 14-0 really. But Nolan, winning goal. He's done it again. Man's a legend. Right, so I'm going to keep putting this bloody link in the chat until someone comes live.
That when somebody got into at half time of extra time, they'd made all 6, they had to play the last 15 minutes with 10 men, whereas Gareth Southgate clearly held a few back.
Yeah, the game changed with all the goal substitutes that Denmark made because it allowed England, they didn't have the quality on the pitch that they had in the first hour. They couldn't get the counter-attack going. I just thought Rice and Calvin Phillips then started to really stop everything, along with Shaw and Walker. I know we talked a lot about Shaw in this tournament being outstanding at right at the
Yes, I think Nolan's going to win it. Hello, Natasha. Or Scarlett, 1-2. Nolan's going to lift the cup. Of course he is. Outstanding player.
If you're an England fan, you're not going to get bored of watching this. Harry Kane with the vital moment. His penalty saved by Kasper Schmeichel, but it comes straight back to him. And that's what it means. Up and down the country. England into the final of the European.
So it's like they only film Ian Wright for these things, you know. He's jumping up and down at the minute. Not about anyone else, we just film Ian Wright's reactions to stuff. Not one of the Euros, we've won the World Cup, Neil. Did we talk about the banner clearly says England have won the World Cup? Greatest footballing nation to play many consecutive games -1 at Wembley. Awesome game for Nolan Shaw. He's yet again, he's proven his critics wrong. He's demonstrated great character, great fortitude. He's come through an intense 120 minutes of football. Scarlett's still imagining me naked. But I don't even need to imagine. Fucking advertising the Fiat 500, hasn't that been around for like a decade? It's not a new car. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that the Fiat 500 exists now. You got some fucking weird hippie doing it. Apparently it's all new and all electric. Brilliant. Fucking hate electric cars. Exactly. Don't listen to Neil's negativity. We've won the World Cup. That's all you need to know. FIFA have just announced that they've said England have been so good in this tournament that they're going to give England the World Cup. And we've got our first guest arriving. Bonjour. I presume you've not been watching the football and you are unaware of what has happened tonight.
How are we today? Something interesting happened?
Well, you know, I bought a magnet.
Excellent.
So
I'm glad to see you getting into the spirit of things.
I thought I would celebrate buying a magnet.
It must have been a lucky omen. You have to buy 2 for Sunday.
What happens on Sunday?
Apparently there's a sporting event occurring. So I read somewhere.
How did my car go? I've not taken it back to the garage yet.
Ever. Well, it's nice to be back in the peace and quiet again. I couldn't come on for the last 2 weeks. My hotel room, the noise pollution from outside was horrendous. You wouldn't be able to hear anything.
But you could have put the party goers on camera for us, though. We could have had a rave.
We could have done if I was there, but no one on my street appears to be interested. I can't hear a thing.
Oh, that's gutted. I mean, obviously nobody's on the street here in Wrexham celebrating because we're in bloody Wales, but
I don't know. They're normally celebrating something, aren't they?
Yeah, well, usually they're just celebrating me being evicted from the town.
Again?
It's a regular occurrence.
They're not coming down the streets with pitchforks again, are they?
Yeah, that has happened before. I pulled the girl once and got chased out of town.
Is it not allowed?
Don't know. People thought she was too drunk. Fucking hell, I could barely stand. A fucking advert for eBay on now. In
Excellent.
fact, yeah, celebrate England's success by buying something from the Money Mental UK store.
And some Star Wars figures. Always football related they are.
But buy anything from the Money Mental UK store. Just type in Money Mental Emporium into Google and go buy something. Show your support for England by buying from the Money Mental Emporium. There we go. Help me become rich.
My beverage appears to have evaporated. 1 second. It must be hot.
I look amazing. Right now, Scarlett's sat there thinking she's going to dump her boyfriend and move to Wrexham. What a victory. Harry Kane looks pissed.
He is a lightweight, isn't he? So he's had a shandy, I expect.
Here we go. Nolan's on the screen, folks. There he is. Andrew Nolan, the winning goal scorer.
He's put his shirt back on.
Look at that.
Obviously, wasn't the penalty I wanted to execute. Went lower than I thought, and yeah, it was just a bonus to see it bounce back, and I thought to pop it home. What did you play tonight in your career?
Oh, I understand you're on the Stowford press there. That looks very Very
Yeah.
expensive cider.
Well, it was from England, so it's cheaper than the Welsh stuff.
Oh yes, that's very, very good cider, isn't it? Open press. Excellent on draft.
This is cheaper than Taurus. Now, because this came from England. Christ, Ashley Cole just looks like a sexual offender. We have won European Championships, World Cup. We've won everything now, Phil. That's it.
That's it. We've done it. We'll be winning Wimbledon as well soon.
It's only a matter of time until Sir Andy Murray wins the tournament.
Is he still in it? I have not been following.
I don't know. I assume he's won it by now. Also,
they'll give it to him anyway.
I have decided that I'm going to go on holiday to Denmark. Did you see how hot the women there are? Jesus Christ.
Not as hot as the Ukrainian women.
Yeah, but there's a slight problem with Russia and Ukraine trying to invade it. I don't really fancy that.
That should be right.
You can guarantee if I went to Ukraine on holiday, that would be the day fucking Russia decides to invade. There'd be video.
We've got a big boat out there. You'll be all right.
There'd be fucking video footage of me fucking going hand to hand with some fucking Spetsnaz commando.
Imagine what they'll do for your channel.
I'll be dead.
Yeah, it'll still be very good viewing.
Not be good.
There'll be 5,000 or 6,000 views, maybe.
I think if I died, it'll be several million. Andrew thinks very good if that is not true.
You could have a guess how many bullets hit me competition.
Guess the price of my reconstructive surgery.
Yes. Are you not working tomorrow? Or
I am, yes, but I did explain to the boss that if England win tonight, I won't be in work until at least 2 o'clock because I'll be too hungover to function.
What did he say? Nothing new there then. I've just done a massive stint of work. I'm off almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks, lucky bastard.
Kind of is, but it's also my birthday is almost exactly coincides. How can almost exactly? It's 2 days away from yours, so and I am working on it again for the 8th year running.
So that's like your 60th birthday.
Well, 70th, I think. I've got to add at least 20 years for the massive amount of hills I had to do on my paper round. Did you receive an offer from eBay to have 20% discount and they'll pay 10% for a small business event they're doing?
I did not.
No, I did, and that would smash my margins to pieces, so I declined.
No, I did not. I would have gladly taken it, but unfortunately, eBay very rarely gives me offers because they know I'm too shit hot to need them.
I looked at it and that 20% off of my figures is all very well. I'd have to put the bill for 10% of them. Then everyone will probably climb on with my multi-discount, so that's 17% disappearing. I thought it would also require a hell of a lot of hard work for a very small margin. So I thought, I might get a shitload of sales out of it, but at about 50p profit a sale, it's not really going to be worth it. So
It depends though, if those customers then turn out to become repeat customers that come back afterwards.
I've got a hell of a lot of repeat customers at the moment. Some of them annoy me because they repeat the next day, so I have to pay post again. Why can't they buy the stuff on the same day?
So there you go. So you could have had even more repeat customers.
Well, at the moment, it'll become quite hard to work away because once these restrictions end, I'll have to start sharing hotel rooms with my colleagues again because my company is tight. And they will get rather annoyed if I take over the entire room of my office and start printing labels at 12:30 at night. So
Right.
I'm going to have to find a compromise. Or
my boss has just announced he wants to have like face-to-face meetings. So he's like, where do you want to have one? I was like, well,
the
Wrexham.
pub,
I said, come to Wrexham.
Wetherspoons.
I said, come to the only office to meet the only employee here. So, yeah, because my closest office is Birkenhead. I ain't going there. So it looks like we're meeting in Birmingham monthly instead. Or Bristol.
Where was your place of work before working at home? Did you have anything local? Or
I wasn't on the task force then, so I was based in Wrexham. But there are no task force facilities in Wrexham. Because it's an English task force to work on.
I assume you're going to be on the workforce task force thingamajigger for a while, yeah, because I don't think it's over, is it?
I am permanent member of it, one of the last.
Because although it might be very good to get back to normal on July the 19th, looking at the figures, it's going to be carnage. But it's going to have to be done. We can't hide forever.
We seem to have a less cautious health secretary now.
Yeah, it does seem a little less cautious.
I mean,
so the only benefit for me with all these massive restrictions was I get to have a large hotel room all to myself when I work away, which was extremely nice. And that didn't aid my business a hell of a lot. It meant I could continue working my main job and eBay hand in hand without any interruption. But there will now have to be, I might have to step down from sending out every single day, which will, I think there's, what you get 10% off your final value, isn't it, for this Super Express, you're the best stupid discount thing you sometimes get. I might have to forgo that and just put it up to 2 days dispatch or something.
I've not listened to any of that. My future wife has arrived. Welcome.
I would take off my shirt, and I have a wide angle camera, but it's not a fisheye. And my middle-aged spread is galactic.
If I could find where in this hellhole I chucked it after that second goal.
It's hanging off the lampshade, isn't it? Or is that something else?
Could be.
That suspicious object on your windowsill, I couldn't offer. Is that a joystick or is that a joystick? But until you pointed out it's actually a telephone.
Yeah,
It looked like a long, smooth, pointy, vibrating thing with a wire sticking out.
I need to put some new batteries in it. Actually, some.
For half an hour. Well, I have managed to secrete a hell of a lot of stuff from the latest Argos closure. I've got a hell of a lot of stationery. I think you can see more envelopes in the background, which were under.
Did you manage to grab any catalogues?
They had one catalogue, which was the store catalogue, and someone had put in massive pen all over it. 2020 catalogue store copy. So I know people. Was it on your Facebook group or was it another group I was reading? Someone was collecting all the latest Argos catalogues because they thought they're going to be worth a lot. They're going to put them in the loft. The latest ones won't be, but Argos catalogues from the 70s and 80s are worth a bit of money.
As soon as they announced the they were closing, they were stopping them. They were selling for 50 quid on eBay.
Which is weird because if you go to an Argos and ask them for one, they've got pallets on them.
So
the latest ones aren't going to be worth a hell of a lot. What will be valuable though is to remember you used to get a little bag to carry your Argos catalogue in. I've got about 400 of those, but I'm going to use them as bin liners because I like to recycle stuff. Although I might put 10 away. Do you think someone's going to buy a plastic carrier bag that used to house a Argos catalogue? Do you think that'll be something worth paying a lot?
I've sold carrier bags before. I sold an Apple Store carrier bag for 8 quid.
I bought a pair of Skechers shoes the other days, and they give you a duffel bag to carry it home in. I was very impressed, considering they were half-price Skechers, which I've got for about 40 quid, I think. They're very nice. I was spending some of my profit when I passed the Skechers store, and I thought I do need a pair of nice little loafer-type shoes.
I can't get into Skechers.
What, into the store because you're banned, or into the shoes because of the size?
Give me a good pair of Clarks, I'm happy.
Clarks are quite dear as well. A lot of Clarks stores are closed now, haven't they? I used to have one in my local town I used to grow up in, and that was there for 50 years, more maybe. But I used to go in there and used to, Jesus Christ, it's a week's wages for a pair of footwear. But they do measure your feet proper.
Yeah, and then they still say they're on fucking size shoes.
Well, the trouble with human feet is, regardless of what you think is, both of your feet are not identical in size. I mean, I'm the same. It's like I think my left foot is at least a half size out to the right foot. So if I can either buy shoes that are comfy but loose, or comfy but tight.
Let's not mention shoes being in the wrong sizes, because that's still a controversial subject.
You could have sold those. It could have been a unique item.
Yeah, they would never sell. No odd-sized pair of Lokes had sold in the past year, so it wasn't worth it.
You put 50% advertising on it, might have stripped any profit.
Yeah, it would have lost me money. So it was a shame, because they would have been an easy. I had another pair of Lokes, exactly the same, but in the right size, that I sold for 100 quid. So there would have been a nice sale for me, but not much you can do about it. Kaz wants to know why I'm shirt. We've already said why I'm shirtless. I took my shirt off to celebrate the goal, chucked it round the room, and it's gone.
Disappeared into the shirt black hole.
Somewhere in this room, but this room ain't exactly in a good state.
You haven't seen my room, Jesus Christ! The camera could, it can't it? But I am in a sorting out phase at the moment. Some of my latest batch of Legos, I'm not overly impressed with the quality of some of the moulding, to the point where I'm actually having to take every single one out of its packet, check them, and repackage them, which is not making me happy.
Chop, busy, work, bang, has sold Woolworths name badges.
Yeah, hell of a lot of Sainsbury's names badges. In fact, I've got all the kit here to make any type I like, including the exact stickers they use. They're shiny things, so I can walk into any store.
Sainsbury's uniform somewhere for when I what was I going to say? I can't remember, because I've still got my Sainsbury's uniform from when I worked there. Somewhere that's vintage now. Because that'll be 20 years old, that uniform. I should probably dig it out and see if I can list it. It's got money in work.
I thought this one had a missing arm. I found it. It's stuck in his heel. What the hell? Oh, I can't get out. Some of the arms don't fit into the sockets I found, and well, that one does. And some of the heads don't come off, which is annoying. These they're not from the same manufacturers as I normally buy them from. They are very inferior. But they were selling a lot of Christmas-themed Lego toys, such as Darth Vader's dressed up as Santa and Yoda dressed up as Santa, and I bought a couple of hundred of those because they apparently went very well last Christmas, but I didn't have any. But I've been looking at the quality of them, and I just hope to God people buy them as what do they do? Secret Santa and offices, and don't they? I sold a hell of a lot of stuff last November and December as Secret Santa merchandise. So hopefully, if I sell the shit stuff as that, I probably won't get any feedback because it won't be the customer complaining about their son having a crap toy. So
I just give him something from the tap pile. That hasn't sold.
Might include your shirt if that's where it's landed. Also, something. Do you sell PlayStation 4 games? That if you pick them up.
Well, I have sold them. I don't know if I've got any listed at the minute.
You know, sometimes if you go into charity shop or boot sale, the case is fucked, but the disc is fine.
Yeah.
I have a solution. When this Argos closed, they have thousands of these, which don't have the game in, because they're the ones that they put out on storefront front of shop, and the cases are immaculate. Apart from the fact they've written in biro the number on the back. Now all that's done is put an indent in the plastic on the back, which means I can't sell them as immaculate brand new on eBay. But if any resellers want spare PS4 cases, I can bundle a shitload for cost of postage and a couple of quid for myself, because I can't blog them as new.
Are you trying to sell me your freebies?
I'm trying to enhance some of the products you may already have with sparkly cases.
Yeah, I mine have already got cases. We're good here.
What if the edges were broken a bit or something, you know, and or scuffed, you know, they've got stickers that you can't get off.
I would sell it for the full price, but mention that the case was fucked.
But if you had 10 of these spare, imagine you could probably sell it for a £1 or more extra.
No, it doesn't work that way. The value would still be the same.
Oh, I'll find a way of selling them.
Soft cases don't make as much sense as long as the game's working. If it goes to a collector, they've already got cases.
It's annoying. I didn't notice the mark on the back where someone used a biro. Why couldn't they just use something like a whiteboard marker instead of a biro with a ballpoint pen that drills into the plastic? If I'd noticed them like that, I would have left them there. But until I got them home, I looked on the back of that's a bugger, because they go for £3 a case on eBay.
You'd see me sexy belly then, which is ever expanding.
Well, mine is bursting. It looks quite good on this camera, but if I lean forward, it looks like I'm straight and hunched back. But
there is a lot of me to love.
There is something wrong with the temperature here. Look, it's evaporated again. I'm gonna have to check that thermostat.
That is because you're an alcoholic.
That's alcohol. And the trousers I bought are too big.
Got a solution for that. Buy some trousers from me.
Well, what I did was I saw a pair of chinos in Morrison's, and they were half price, and they were a size 38. Unfortunately, I'm a 36. But I thought, well, I'll grow into them. So I spent all the money. I spent all the money I saved on sweets and donuts to see if I can make them fit. Seems to be working.
Natasha or Scarlett, I can't remember which, is losing weight.
It's very careless.
I'm very good at losing pounds.
Yes, the round ones, or are they still round? Or dodecahedral, aren't they? Yeah, they tend to disappear quite a lot. especially when I went shopping today. God.
So showing the glorious own goal. We'll be showing Nolan's penalty soon.
Can you imagine if that had rebounded and he never managed to get a foot to it? He would be now the world's worst football player, and what a bastard. He lost us the tournament.
Well, it was still 1-1 at the time. We might have won on penalties.
It could have given Denmark that little bit of hope.
It didn't, though.
No, it didn't. It's like I think what the commentator was saying. What did the commentator say? His stupid remark of the match? Oh, they can see the touchline in the distance, but it's a near distance. What? Oh, you idiot! Well, that's another Tarkin figure fixed.
Yeah, so wonderful goal there by Nolan to finish it off.
I can see them beating Italy. I can see them beating them.
I can.
It's not going to be an easy game, and it's certainly not. I couldn't say, oh yeah, we've got this now, but I think the odds are in our favour, but only just.
I would rather
maybe by 55 to 45, perhaps. Or maybe
I would rather have faced Spain than Italy.
Yes. But to be fair, whoever you face in the final has still got to be a reasonably good team because they've knocked out the other half of the competition.
I don't know. We nearly got to the final of the World Cup last time. We were shit.
That wasn't. We weren't that bad. That wasn't too bad a run.
We weren't a great team.
I watched the film you recommended because I had my eye on it for a couple of weeks. The Amazon one, the Tomorrow's War.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, more than I thought.
Yeah, good film.
But when I first saw the trailers last month, when they were saying, "Oh, it's coming out very soon. You can get it for free on Amazon Prime," I thought, well, that's all right. I got Amazon Prime. That'll be nice. I looked at the trailers, thought, yeah, that looks quite good. And then when the previews came out with the critics and reviewers, they're giving it 2 out of 5 and stuff. I thought, oh, well, maybe it's shite. But I persevered, and I understand you watched it and enjoyed it. Well, I thought I'll give it a go, and yeah, worth watching. Very worth watching. It's good because they didn't try to go too much into how the time travel worked, because that would have really put them in trouble, because it doesn't. No time travel works at all, ever. Not even this going back only 30 years to a specific point according to... Nah. If you had the technology to do that, these aliens would not be a problem. Trust me, the amount of energy you'd be able to expend, you could vaporize galaxies. But they didn't. They kept it to the storyline. It was a bit like War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, wasn't it? It's just keep it to like how the family deals with it and how the family group's drama is continuing, which was, I think, was a decent enough call, and it made the film quite good. Certainly worth it for free.
It's the best sci-fi film this year. Also, possibly one of the only sci-fi films this year. But the ladies are debating whether I'm wearing anything underneath the camera line or not. Only one way to find out that one, though.
Is that the pay-per-view Monumental channel?
That's the OnlyFans site, that is.
Yes. Has there been any other science fiction films this year? Any? Don't think there has there?
What's it? The second silent. Oh, what's it fucking called? Oh, I've forgotten the name of it now. I think there's a couple of Netflix ones that have been out as well.
No, that's one channel I haven't subscribed to. I've subscribed to so many, I just had to draw a line somewhere.
I watched Space Sweepers on Netflix. That's okay.
The only other thing that's come out this year has been Bad Batch on Disney Channel, which is animated, and although very good storylines, good canon in it, and everything like that, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, it still technically is just an animated series.
Dave has just caught up with what we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes.
Excellent. That sounds like a good film. I might watch that. Yes. I would give it, if it was IMBD, is it IMBD that do the proper reviews, because it's taken from the people that actually watched it, I would give it at least a 7, probably 6.9 at the minimum. At least a 7, though. I certainly wouldn't give it 2 out of 5.
Posts and Happy Day resellers.
Why am I wearing it?
What shall I do with this post?
I would break the internet if I took this off. There's not the bandwidth. Nor has this shirt got the bandwidth to be perfectly. Also, it is advertising one of the best minifigure eBay stores there is. Apparently, I am 43rd out of a couple of thousand. 43rd. That's not bad. If I was in Wimbledon, I'd probably get a couple of thousand for coming last.
Dave wants to know why you're still wearing your clothing.
Yes, I was trying to explain there's not enough bandwidth on the internet. If you think those man boobs are man boobs, these jugs would make a lot of women very jealous.
Man boobs, there's no man boobs.
I am looking into getting a man bra. I've been out with women with lesser tits than this. Too much information.
We're still live at Wembley at the minute.
Excellent. Do you reckon we'll score another goal?
Don't know, there's people in bikinis at the minute. There's Boris. He's not brushed his hair.
Does he ever? This is look, isn't it?
He's wearing a England badge on there to show his unity with the rest of the fucking United Kingdom he's Prime Minister for.
He'll probably argue a lot and give you non-explicit answers as to whether or not, or whether it was a good performance. And tell you that we only won because of the vaccine program. And we will continue to win if we continue to vaccinate.
I just hope none of the Italian players get COVID, because that would be a great shame. Were they to get now?
Are there any left of them to get COVID? Because apparently when this pandemic first hit Europe, wasn't Italy the place they absolutely crucified?
It no longer exists as a country anymore.
What, Italy?
Yeah.
It's just member states in there.
Desolate now.
Provinces and regions and smoke.
It's unpopulated now. They've all died.
So I hear. Apart from Al.
Yeah, but he's not a rich man.
It was an exceptional live stream that I watched, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, when he was absolutely hammered.
He did well for himself. It
was good. He spoke some sense, even though it was entertaining. I was going to come on as well, but there was about 7 people on, and like I say, if I came on, you wouldn't be able to hear a thing because of the motorbikes and the boy racers going up and down the A10 outside my bloody window. I would have ruined it. Some might argue I normally do.
The chat's gone quiet. What are our predictions for the final then, folks?
0-0, extra time, 0-0. Then we win on penalties.
I think there'll be some goals in it. I think Italy will win 2-1. I think it'll be heartbreak for a nation.
Although people will then forget about how well we've done up until then. Coming second isn't losing, is it? It is and it isn't, but it's not compared to the big picture. It's still the best we've done in, what was it, 55 years?
It depends on the context. I think if you're in bed with a lady, then you want to come second.
Yes, exactly. So it could still be a win.
So
And if
sometimes
if you're in bed with a lady and watching the final,
I've fallen for that trap before. It doesn't go well. Trying to watch the Doctor Who series finale in bed. That wasn't popular.
no, I used to be a fan of Doctor Who back in the day. All the new ones, I just doesn't float me boat. It's one of the science fiction series that doesn't, which is a shame because I did used to like the Tom Baker days. I think he was my favourite.
I like David.
Jelly Baby, anybody? Jelly Baby?
Okay, so I think Chap Chap is gone deluded. We'll ignore this comment. I look very sexy. We'll ignore this comment as well. It's clearly not agreement.
I understand you have streaming competition at the moment because Mel and Nick are live, aren't they?
But why the fuck are they? For fuck's sake, we're talking about reselling when fucking England have just won the World Cup.
I think it's hosted by Mel, so they don't really give a shit, do they? So.
So they're all got English roots, or the majority of them haven't they? Or British roots.
Irish, most of them.
Well,
I had
my
auntie emigrated there back in the 70s. She unfortunately died a couple of years ago, but I wasn't particularly close because she was in Australia, so obviously not as far as she could be. But she married an Irishman over there. I think a lot of Irish went over, didn't they? By choice, wasn't it?
I assumed they were just got sent on the prison ships.
I think it's something to do with the potatoes being shite for a while. They thought, well, they obviously aren't going to grow any worse out there.
I can't imagine the potatoes being any better in Australia. It's not exactly the right climate, is it?
Yeah, I know, but when they were digging their gardens to see if the potatoes grew, they had these big yellow rocks turn up, didn't they? And they went, oh, they're quite valuable. It is quite well known for the mineral wealth. Australia has a shitload. They should mine that out back to death. My God, the amount of stuff out there.
The only thing I dig up in my garden is dead bodies. It's a problem.
You should bury them deeper.
You can walk around there, it's like a bloody graveyard. Mark Zuckerberg still looks 12. He's got to be one of the richest men in the world.
I don't know, that Bezos bloke. Hasn't he just stepped down?
Yeah, now he's
kind of stepped down. He's kind of stepped down. He's still got a high managerial position with his, what was it, 200 billion personal wealth?
You think he could afford to lend me, 30 to 50 grand.
No, he just gives you the opportunity to sell your shit on his platform,
which I don't take. I don't like.
No, and also they're gating just about everything now, aren't they?
I am loyal to eBay. Depop has done nothing for me for a while now. I've not had a sale on Depop for over 2 weeks.
I think it's the time. It is the time of year after my massive surge. I think it was in May when the Bad Batch came out, and I happened to have all the figures at the right time, just before I got Road. I was doing £400 to £500 a day on Lego figures, which was extraordinary. And then it fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
I went down to. In June, I had 2 days of no sales. It's unheard of. But it's climbing back up again. But I'm even considering putting some of my remaining stock. I still got about 100 figures before I got beer ready. They've already warned me don't put them back on sale. But yeah, phrase it differently.
We've got a guest popping in, I think.
There was a ding.
He is an arm.
Oh, it's the lucky banana.
Hello,
the lucky
Bobby.
banana did predict the win this morning on Good Morning Television.
What a surprise to see you driving your vehicle whilst holding a drink.
Is that a plastic straw I see?
No, this is actually like a sundae. Is that what you guys call them over there?
Yeah. They think you're on a Taco Bell run.
What's up?
They think she's doing a Taco Bell run.
I don't understand what that meant. Tackle what?
Taco Bell. Jesus Christ! You know what Taco Bell is?
Mexican.
Taco Bell. No, this is not Taco Bell. This is we call it Carvel. I'm gonna pull over on the side of the road.
Toilet girl is getting the toilet girl gags. It's getting the. I can't speak. Toilet girl is obsessed with the toilet tonight. What's going on?
What happened to your shirt?
It got removed celebrating Nolan's winning goal.
Oh, they won? I forgot they played today.
Oh, they won. My word.
The greatest moment of England's footballing ever.
I expect he knows all about Mr. Trump putting in lawsuits against all the tech giants.
Oh my God, this guy with Donald Trump. This guy,
see, he does. He does. But he doesn't know anything about the real news. England are in the
Trump
finals.
derangement syndrome. The guy is not even there anymore. People are still like going crazy.
I assumed he was dead now.
Oh my God. So they all right. So what was the score?
2-1. Nolan got the winning goal. Rebound from a penalty. I mean, he missed the penalty.
What's the guy's name who got the winning goal? What's his name?
Andrew Nolan.
Oh, I was gonna say no. Seriously, what's the guy's name?
Andrew Nolan.
Come on.
Scored the winner. Brilliant. Followed up from his hat trick at the weekend. Very happy.
Yeah. So, and then Italy won their game, right?
Yeah, we don't mention the Italians.
Why not?
Because they're Italian.
Now, where's the final?
Wembley.
Oh my God! And that was predetermined, or?
Well, we do have the best stadium in the world.
Gonna wash your eye, but that sounds like a painful process to go through.
I don't know, man. I kind of like that San Siro Stadium.
No, you can't go to Italy. I mean, it's basically ground zero for the apocalypse.
To be honest, I watched a couple of games. I don't even recognize any of these players, really. You know.
There's only one name that you need to worry about, and that's Andrew Nolan.
Yeah.
He's got his name on the trophy already.
Where's Wayne Rooney?
Yeah.
When did you last watch soccer? Bloody hell.
Ram?
When did you... Oh, sorry.
Rooney? Can you not speak English anymore? Because this is how you communicate, through fucking guttural grunting.
I can speak English.
Mr. Rooney hasn't played football for many years due to the nature of his personal habits.
Drinking problem?
Probably used to, yes. And,
is that because he's Irish? Is that why you're saying that?
Yes, it's because he's... No, it's because he's bloody old and a footballer. They don't play football after they're sort of like 20.
He's probably not even 40 years old.
He was in the crowd watching behind Mr.
Yeah, how many?
I was going to say, I bet.
How many
Wasn't Beckham the
Isn't Beckham?
Wasn't Beckham the coach?
No.
What?
Wasn't he a coach 1 year for one tournament?
No.
Never.
He used to be the captain of the squad for a while.
Well, when
And
was he?
scored
Remember, he was
quite a
always
few goals.
coming in with those 3-piece suits on. Those like, remember he used to always come in.
No, that's because he married a famous singer who became a fashion designer, apparently. He was very clever. When his football career was over, he married another rich celebrity, had lots of children, bought a lovely big house, and lived off his popularity, which is the way to do it, isn't
But
it?
he still lives in Los Angeles.
No, he lives in Buckingham Palace in Cambridgeshire, I think.
I thought he was living in Los Angeles. But I guess
Well,
that's
he did when he played.
That was when he was just Galaxy.
Yeah, he played
Jesus Christ,
football.
that's about 400 years ago.
way after the Galaxy. He was still with. He was still living in Los Angeles. They had the whole paparazzi pictures and shit. He was way gone from the Galaxy. I guess they leave and then they go back to Brits.
I think he was living
Except
in Europe for a while.
The
I think he's back in the
important thing
UK.
is that Canaldo has seen us through to the final.
Well, my favorite Brits, of course, they stay back in California for some reason.
Because it's warm.
Yeah, I don't know why. They love California more than anything. It's like
doesn't rain and it's warm.
it's like a prerequisite. If you get famous, you have to move to Los Angeles.
Not so sure.
Didn't you go to Los Angeles? Because every time I mention something, Andrew's been like way more places in America than me. Didn't you go to Los Angeles?
I've been to Los Angeles.
Or Las Vegas?
I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to Los Angeles a couple of times. I got family there.
Oh shit! Did it?
It is my favorite place to go on earth. I love Los Angeles.
Now didn't you go to Florida too?
Yeah, been to Florida, been to Miami.
So you prefer Los Angeles to Miami?
Much.
I've never been
preferred.
to either.
Yeah, Miami's awful.
Really?
Yeah, shit.
Wait, it's awful?
Yeah, it's shit. I didn't like Miami at all. It's crap.
I'm assuming it has something to do with the women,
No.
the food,
No, just
the roads.
No, just a different atmosphere.
Yeah. And it's super hot. I mean, but it's a different type of hot. Supposedly, it's a drier heat out east, and then out west. Out east, it's supposed to be more humid. So
It's hot in both places, but California's just cooler, as in like culturally.
Yeah.
It's a very welcoming.
Yeah,
New York
really?
was good. I'd happily go to New York again. I just couldn't fucking breathe. Your air pollution is awful.
Wait, it's worse. I thought it was worse than California.
No, well, the thing is, Los Angeles.
Well, they do say in New York City.
It's a lot more open, isn't it? Whereas, if you live in Manhattan, it's very tightly compressed, so there's no, there's nowhere for it to go. Yeah,
well, that's what happens. They say that what it is, what you're breathing in, is the brake dump from all the cars. It's really not the exhaust. It's the dust, because the exhaust kind of goes up into the air, but the brake dust, it kind of just permeates in the air and it kind of settles down. So that's what that's what the fuck it is. That's what I hear. I don't know, but I live in Long Island, so we don't know. I just only go to the city maybe twice a month, maybe. Just for either go to a concert or maybe meet a lady for the night.
You go to New York to meet
there's a lot of ladies. There's a lot of ladies of the night in New York City, obviously. Any big city.
Anywhere. There's two underneath me.
Yeah, but it's I'm sure in the countryside it's not as easy.
We're not allowed to. We're not allowed to mention them after the controversy that ensued on my birthday last year.
So now I gotta go to my office.
Is that what you're calling it now? An office?
Yeah. Well, basement.
Dungeon?
What do you call it?
Dungeon.
I almost brought a date down there one time, but then I was like, you know what?
You tried to take somebody on a date to that place.
What?
The fucking how desperate were you? Could you not fucking stretch for a fucking even a Wendy's?
A Wendy's?
Not get a fucking like apple tea what's it called? Fucking Applebee's?
No, I'm not talking about that kind of date. I'm talking about a different kind of date.
Oh, you wanted to shag her on top of your blazers?
Yeah. So I had no way to look. I live with my parents. You know, it's not easy.
You've got a share.
They've invented hotels, haven't they, over there?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you know, the hotels are not I don't know. I always feel weird. You feel like a stranger when you're in a hotel. I never.
Of course, you're fucking a stranger in a hotel.
It doesn't feel right in a hotel. It just feels weird.
It really doesn't. How is it more weird than having fucking sex surrounded by a pile of fucking blazers?
Oh shit! Fuck.
Here
Fire
we go.
department.
He's having his heart attack live. It's finally happening.
For fuck's sake! All right, hold on. There's fire trucks everywhere. I got an evasive action.
His office is burning down.
No, it's
his blazers are ablaze.
No, that's good thing I'm far from my store. So far from my house, far from my store, or I'm equidistant from the ball, so I'm okay. I just got to take a detour.
I could use that information to triangulate your exact position.
Yes.
It can be just one of 2 points on the planet.
So
one of them's in the ocean.
And you guys, what's the temperature in Fahrenheit?
In what?
What?
I'm not doing old age maths at this time of night. We're metric over here.
Yeah, I know. In Canada, they're using Celsius too. They're like, oh, it's 40 degrees. Canada. Oh, they're Canadas.
Don't diss the Canadians. At least they're using a proper metric system. Do you still weigh everything in grains?
What? No.
Do you weigh everything in grains or ounces? Yeah. What's an ounce?
What's an ounce?
Yeah, why has it got a Z in it?
What do you got? Will you repeat that?
Why has ounce got a Z in it? OZ. There's no. How can that be an abbreviation?
A Z? Oh, yeah. You guys say, I forgot you guys say Z, not Z.
The proper way, yeah.
Zed's dead, baby.
I'm looking at my thermometer device, and apparently outside is 16 Celsius, which I know. Hey, Viva.
That's cool.
Which is 61 degrees Fahrenheit, because one way to go between the two temperatures and make an approximation is remember two temperatures, 16 and 28. 16 reversed is 61. And they're exactly 61 Fahrenheit is 16 Celsius. 28 is 82 Fahrenheit. And then you can make an approximation of everything in between. It's the easy way to do the math. So if I say something's 28, it's 82. If I say it's 16, it's 61. And it's outside, outside it is 61. And inside it is 24, which is high 70s inside.
I thought this guy was taking his shirt off because it was too hot. Because I know you guys don't like to pay for air conditioning over there.
Oh, we don't mind paying for air conditioning. We don't generally need to use it because it's usually bollocking cold.
I seen so many people. I remember who this one guy was making a video Nick Hill. He's sitting there. He's sweating profusely. The
This
water
is like for
pouring down his face.
It's like for 2 weeks a year.
Profusely sweating. I'm like, don't you need some air conditioning? Oh no, I'm all right. I'm fine. Like, Nick, you look like you're gonna pass out. Oh, I'm full. This is okay.
You don't need to put in 10 grand's worth of air conditioning for 2 weeks a year.
Would you say 10 grams?
Bloody grand.
10
English
grams?
for... There's a lot of money, air conditioning.
I just bought it. I just paid $200 for the air conditioner, and guess what? I could have bought one.
Was it a standalone? Little standalone thing?
Right in the window. And I could have bought it cheap. I could have got it cheaper if I didn't buy it when it was 100 degrees outside. So, excuse me.
So you missed an opportunity of buying the units cheap and then selling it in a heat wave.
Yeah, I bought it in the middle of a heat wave, and it was still only like $200.
So they got you. They got you. So you should have been on the other end of that flip. You should have been on the other end of that flip, Corinne.
I know, but I had to do work. I had to do work at my house.
When it was snowing, you should have bought your air conditionings and multiples of them. And then you could have been the one selling them at double price, making the monies.
Yeah, but guess what?
See, you missed the flip. Oh, I don't know. Andrew,
what are you going to do?
Americans.
What are you doing now? What's going on with you? Stop upsetting.
I thought that's why you took off your shirt, because you were too cheap to pay for the air conditioning.
No, it's because he was celebrating a certain country winning a particular game.
Yeah, so
it's still going round and round on his fan on the ceiling.
I was celebrating Nolan's winning goal. What a man. What a man, what a man, what a mannequin man.
Did PvP ever crack in the end and actually realise that he isn't actually playing for England?
He's not playing, but he's got a hat-trick.
No, that was quite funny the other night. I was waiting until the penny dropped. And it didn't.
There will be no live stream on Sunday, Zane, because I will be absolutely far too blotto to work YouTube on Sunday. Irrespective.
So there will be a live stream round about midnight when he's worked out how to get it back on again.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting speech. I can't believe England in the final. I have to pinch myself.
I went to a concert. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, because everything has been closed for a year. And they sang this song. You know the you remember the, well, I'm sure maybe Phil does. I know Andrew doesn't, because Andrew doesn't remember anything before 2000.
Oh yeah, I'm only 20.
I only remember stuff before 2000.
What?
I only remember stuff before 2000. I couldn't tell you a single song since then.
So you remember? I think it was what, the '90 World Cup. I forget what year that the remember the band New Order?
Oh, yes. John Barnes song, yeah.
You're gonna do. He did the rapping bit, isn't it? It was all over the.
Well, just that was
it's all over television in England this morning. He was live singing it again.
That was just a small part of the song. I'm going to talk about the rest of the songs. We're
going for England. England. You got to remember the "ger" in the middle.
And it's funny because they what they do is
1-on-1 or something.
Yes.
I would play it live, but apparently there are copyright things. I get told off by Andrew.
But now, Andrew, you don't know that song?
Everyone in England knows that song because it's playing every fucking day.
All the time.
Oh, they're playing it
everywhere.
Now?
In all the shops.
Oh, that's cool. No, because I saw them. Well, I saw Peter Hook, the guy who was the bass player, and what he does is he takes somebody from like the crowd. They sing. They do the rapping part. And it's funny because if you go back on, I got this one.
If you get a VPN and go onto BBC iPlayer and have a look at the news this morning, I think you'll see plenty of this. It's all over the place. Was it on ITV? I can't remember.
We can have.
England.
And the funny part, wait, hold on 1 second. I got it.
Oh, Zane will sponsor your stream.
I think I can play this for about 2 seconds.
It's for educational purposes only because we're going to critique it.
There we go. I'll be copyrighted if I play any more of that.
Yeah, Mr. Well, that particular one, Mr. Badil will do you, wouldn't he? Was that Badil's song? I don't know if he's got the copyrights to it. Did you see the man with 3 chocolate lines?
So welcome, Jasmine. Jasmine is not shocked to see me naked, but she is disappointed about Vindaloo playing in Asda.
So
that's a good song as well. Top pumping.
So let me tell you real quick. So the guy who was the bass player in the band, the guy's name is Peter Hook, right? Of that song, we're playing for England, England. Okay. So what's funny is when he goes on concert, right? Of course, everybody's singing. We're singing for England. The whole crowd, right? But it's funny because he goes all over. Like the video. Like I watched the video of the concert where he went to Mexico. And all the Mexicos are saying, we're cheering for England. I don't know. You got to see it to see it's funny. See Mexicans cheering for England.
The Italians did a really good job. The Italians did a really good job of cheering for England on in our quarter-final match for Ukraine. They dressed up in the England kit. They had the cross on their face. They had English accents. They went really all out. And had a match where no England fans were allowed. Thousands of Americans turned out.
The only English that were allowed were people that were actually in the country at the time, wasn't it? And weren't intending to go home straight away.
Which basically seemed to be all of Italy.
Well, they do tend to follow the winner, don't they? Here, historically. Are we keeping you up?
I might switch channel now. BBC One.
And I got to see on Instagram my beautiful English girlfriend was celebrating the victory too. The one that Andrew doesn't think is so pretty. But
the one with the biceps.
Yeah, she's beautiful. You don't. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with it.
She's got fucking biceps like tree trunks. You could fucking snap you in half.
No,
there is no way I ended up in bed with a girl who can snap me in half. Because the amount I annoy people, she'll fucking break and snap me in half.
She has the white tank top cut off at the belly with the red cross.
Yeah, she's still got fucking biceps are inhuman.
No, she's not that muscular. Look, you're exaggerating. She's not that. She's a little muscular, but she's not like
a little muscular. She could literally snap a person in two.
No.
Does she hold the world record for crushing watermelons with her thighs?
Exactly.
No, she's not. No, she's just athletic.
She's not the lady. She's not the lady I was thinking of that was on the telly the other day. Then.
No, this woman is she's an English. She's a professional. You know, professional wrestling.
There's no such thing as professional wrestling, is there? She's an actor, then.
What?
She's an actor.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's very sexy. But she's not just very. It's not. She's a good wrestler too. Not just sexy, but she's a good.
Here's a question for you, right? When did actresses start becoming actors? Because I always thought there were actors and there were actresses, but now everyone's a fucking actor, and I can't keep up.
No, they're always there. No, she's an actress.
You're not allowed to use feminine pronouns now, or nouns, are you? You can't say police ladies or stuff. It's police persons. And
Yeah, well,
actors isn't masculine or feminine, so you're allowed to say that.
well, actors is both.
Exactly. So
You say actor.
When I was growing up, an actor was an actor, an actress was an actress. I don't understand why we've got to fucking confuse things by now calling everyone a fucking actor. So we talk about an actor this scene, I assume it's a fucking bloke. Then I find out it's an attractive female.
it's because the world's gone funny. You got to be careful not to offend anybody,
Well,
even if it's not offensive.
I'm literally here half naked, so I've already fucking failed on that.
Well, you haven't, because if anyone's offended, then isn't it? Why? I think the human race has a perverse view of reality sometimes. We seem to make up a lot of rules that are completely ridiculous.
Arbitrary.
Yes, or snowflakey. Or just there for the point of contention so someone can complain.
I know.
You know, I agree with the basic premise underneath it. You shouldn't be derogatory or derisory of any particular type. That's fine. But if you say a policewoman, it's because it's a woman that's a police person. You don't have to say police person across the board just to be, you know, politically correct. I'm not.
We just say the cop.
You're not demeaning someone. You're not saying that all police. If you say, "Oh, a policeman stopped me the other day," and it's actually a policewoman.
All right,
so what?
time for me to go. I got to get to work. I see you, gentlemen.
Sell some blazers, not the ones with the cum stains on them.
It's a romantic environment to take a lady to, you know. Look, here's a pair of blazers I got from the thrift store. Let's go fucking it.
Yeah. Then someone buys an £800 one and it's got some extra content.
X-rated content.
It's got some Bobby extra sauce or special sauce.
I don't know how people manage to post so much on Instagram.
I have an Instagram account just because I have an Instagram account. I don't even know how to work it. It's the same with
people who put like 5 or 6 stories up every day and then posts and whatever. And I'm like, you spend your whole fucking life on Instagram.
what people do is like yourself. Everyone seems to be holding a telephone constantly.
Yeah, but that's because I'm usually texting somebody attractive.
I tried to look to see where my phone is. I use my phone when it goes ding. I look at it to see if it's work or if it's phishing. Delete it and put it down again. I have no text conversations with anybody ever. I use my phone probably more as a camera, I think, or as a computer. It's got a very, very powerful processor in it, which I employ.
So you use it to look at porn on. Understandable.
No. Only if I can't pick it up using regular means. You have to be careful in hotels because it's a public network, so you have to use a VPN.
Amazingly, nobody has typed 1. I've not offended anyone.
Not anyone, both of them. Oh, there is more than 2.
I've got 30 watching at the moment. Like quarter past midnight.
No, it's only gone up because Krillin is now watching and not live.
Well, Nick is live with Mel as well.
I did tell you this. They went live at 11.
Yeah, who goes live when England have just won the World Cup?
Well, it's Mel's stream, isn't it? So she done it at 8, and Nick doesn't care what time of day it is because he doesn't. You could do a live with Nick at 3 o'clock in the morning; he'll still be up.
Sarah is now aroused because she's seen me semi-naked.
I could soon sort that out if I took my top off.
I ignored Mandy. Mandy, I didn't know you were here. I apologise, Mandy. Welcome, Mandy. Where have I ignored you? Oh, sorry, Mandy, if I've missed you there. Useless I am at reading the chat, even when there is such bright vivid colours in front of me. But Mandy, we've won the World Cup, you know. The call for celebration. So Gareth has done a wonderful job.
See, Gareth, that's a good name. That's a good Welsh name, isn't it? Gareth. It's Welsh.
Yes, it is. You're right. Southgate isn't, though. That is very much an English surname.
Well, he can't be responsible for who his parents or grandparents married and however their surnames came about. It's like my surname is Higginson, which is incredibly English. Yeah, I'm Maltese. My mother's surname's Camilleri. We have the best football team in the world. There's only about 20,000 people on that little tiny pissy little island. It's quarter the size of the Isle of Wight, Malta, and they still put out a World Cup team every single time to see if they can get into the qualifiers. That's gutsy.
To be fair,
it's a bit like my street trying to put up a World Cup team.
I used to manage a football team once. We was the worst football team. I mean, I played for us. We were that bad, and yet we still managed to get to finals, surely through belief and blind luck
and drugs.
You can achieve anything.
If you take enough psychedelic stuff, you could be anywhere, anytime. Oh, yeah, see, I was just there.
Bobby is sending me pictures of a very muscular lady. See, look at that. I mean, that's just not natural to have muscles like that. It's not attractive to me.
It's almost the same as mine. Which is why I haven't got my shirt off. Although I might have to surgically remove this one because it's quite hot in here.
Jesus, and he says she's 6 foot tall as well.
6 foot?
Freak of nature.
On a serious note, Andrew, on a mental UK note, Asperger's. Can you tell me, someone that suffers from Asperger's, what's their ability, disability, or difference? Because we've just employed a guy who has Asperger's, and he's difficult to get on with, but he's very keen.
It's mainly social.
We've noticed this bit, yes.
Yeah, he will not know, and if he's placed in a situation that he's not experienced before, he may freeze. He may not know how to cope with it.
I can't ascertain what his age is because I'm so old that everyone looks younger than me. Yeah. But I would say he's in his mid-20s. He's 6'7" and built like a brick shithouse, so he could be wary. But he's very eager. This is his first ever job.
Yeah, I doubt there would be a bone of violence in him. It would probably not be something that would occur in the same way that it would occur to.
He occurs to me as someone who is intelligent in a particular way, but like you just said, socially, he can't understand banter, so you can't do that.
Yeah, it's probably quite far up the Asperger's scale.
He also, I don't know, he is super analytical. If you know what I mean.
He'll be very obsessional.
He'll ask you questions which you think, well, you shouldn't be asking me these questions. You should be asking the appropriate people because I can't answer that for you.
Yeah, he won't.
Very over keen because again, it's his first job, and it seems like he's been taught how to respond or ask rather than formulating responses and questions himself.
Yeah. That's like me. Everything I do is a learned response.
It was hard work, but we've kept him in employment. The only downside we saw of him is because he lives in the middle of London, Westminster, and he has to commute, which means that he's late every day, that's a big no-no for us. But and he doesn't seem to realise that is more important than being slow at learning at work. Not slow because of any mental health issues. It's because you're new and you're with people that have been doing the job for 10 years. So don't expect, but he expects when he comes to the job to be able to be as fast as we are, and always ask for his performance protocol at the end of a shift. Like, how well did I do? Can I see my figures? Can I see my numbers? We're like, it doesn't matter. We expect you to be slow. You just started today. Don't worry about it. But he can't not worry about it.
Yeah, he won't understand that.
And then we say to him, but tomorrow, can you arrive a little bit earlier? Because being late for work is a big no-no. We don't care your performance at work because it's expected. Any new starter takes time to learn. We know this, but please arrive on time. If you're in London, there's lots of transport. There was one particular day we're doing quite well on this particular last job where the guy that was running the particular job said, we're not turning in till 9 tomorrow because we got free time. We won't have enough work to do. He still turns up 20, 30 minutes late. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's.
I'd never been on time for work in a day in my life.
Because I'm the opposite. I get over anxious if I know I'm going to be 2 minutes late. I have to arrive on time. I don't like arriving early. I don't like arriving late. And it's impossible if you use public transport to do this. So you always have to margin it earlier. But, you know, my biggest sort of thing is OCD. People say OCD. OCD isn't what OCD people think it is it? OCD is a specific condition. When people say, oh, I'm OCD about how my fridge is done, that's not OCD. That's just being overly obsessive with how you want to organize your fridge. It's not actual obsessive compulsive disorder. That is a bigger thing. This one thing always annoys me when people say, oh, I'm OCD about my this and that, and I'm always tidy. That's just being fastidious, isn't it? It's just being a tidy freak. Lots of people are tidy freaks. But if you are OCD properly, that is the tip of the iceberg. It's more about if you're really OCD, it's more about you don't want to touch door handles. You must wash your hands 97 times. It's not about which way round your cans of Coke are in the fridge. That's the thing you find about a lot of mental health illnesses, or I don't know why they call them illnesses, because they're not illnesses, because everyone is different mentally. It's not an illness, it's a difference. Because you normally find there is a compensatory thing, isn't there? If you're not very good at something, you're extremely good at something else.
Yes.
And that was never seen. That was never seen as an illness. If you were incredibly good at maths but crap at art, you wouldn't call that a mental illness, would you? You'd just say you're incredibly good at maths.
That's an ability. Sarah has mentioned one of my fantastic abilities, talking to ladies, of course.
Yeah.
Sexting women has nothing to do with being on the spectrum. That's just.
Well, I think spectrum is the right word because it's a difference in colour. Not colour as in, but if you get into physics, when they talk about colours and stuff, it's a difference in type. They just have to call it a colour for comparison purposes. And it's just a comparative thing, isn't it, really? It's everyone is different, just that some differences people don't like to accept.
Yes. We call those people Hitler.
He was one of them, yeah.
Even
one
though
of many.
He was an extremely different character himself.
Yes, well, he obviously had mental health problems. He was a psychopathic bastard, which I think is the technical term.
So I guess Hitler is an example of where a psychopath is made rather than born. It's nature versus nurture. Because
he had a very interesting history, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was in jail for a long time.
I doubt very much if if the First World War, if he had not been through his experiences there as a soldier in the First World War, he would have probably ended up being a really nice chap, probably an artist, creating wonderful.
There's no deniability. He was a very intelligent bloke. He wouldn't be able to achieve, even whether it's good or bad stuff he did, he wouldn't be able to achieve any of it unless he had some sort of mental faculty to be able to facilitate his actions. His actions and his wishes were slightly different to basically the rest of his party.
Became something awful.
But that's the trouble with the human race, is there are a hell of a lot of differences, and some of them are extreme. Some of them aren't, and the ones that aren't are the ones that we shouldn't be getting all arsy about.
Fortunately, as we know, I am completely sane.
Well, this is completely obvious.
Yeah, so no problem. There is no onion-based all-over body scrubs. We do not believe in onions on this channel. In fact, I'm instigating a ban of that word. The word onion appears in the chat, the person will instantly receive an electric shock via YouTube.
Excellent.
So that is now in place. If it's said enough times, that person may die from the electric shocks.
Did the dog enjoy the World Cup? Have you found the dog?
Here's a beautiful lady, my future wife.
Well, she's got the correct surname.
She's probably been very impressed with Andrew Nolan's performance in the World Cup today as well. Now you see Natasha or Scarlett now about to die.
Oh dear. Send the blue fairies through the line.
I'm entirely 100% sane. Apart from the generalized anxiety disorder and the depression and the Asperger's. I think life would be very boring if we were all the same anyway.
Very. Imagine the conversations. Did you like that film? Yes. Yeah. Right. Did you like that film? No. No, nor did I. Okay. Or even the forbidden question, do you like onions? If everyone said no, be all right then.
I think that is one thing where the world should be consistent. You'll have seen that I've renamed the Monumental Reselling Group to now be the Anti-Onion Group. And since I've done that, we've had a massive slowdown in members. I should have done it years ago.
Yeah, you had no spam really, although I understand it is all vetted before it all gets published.
I've taken that off now because I couldn't be asked anymore.
Oh, I can post listings there, can I?
You can if you want me to quickly block you. I am considering
isn't that effort as well?
I am considering allowing for sales posts if people pay me £10 first. I like the way Prince William is blasting out God Save the Queen and watching the match again. Now, when he's king, do you reckon he'll be blasting out God Save the King?
Probably.
Because effectively he'll be saying, God save me.
Well, that is usually an expletive we use, isn't it? Oh, God save me.
So that'll be quite an interesting experience. It'll be quite weird, wouldn't it? And also, if you wanted to be king, you wouldn't really want your grandmother to be saved, would you?
It's a very complicated thing, the royal family.
They've donated a shirt, a number 10 shirt, to Ericsson with all the England signatures on.
Did they find it outside a Wrexham address?
It's not my shirt. We've got somebody who could possibly be called Richard in.
There's no one called Richard. It's a fake name. I thought you ascertained this in the last 2 streams.
I find that it's a lot more calming watching these matches the second time around than it is the first time. I swear to God, I've had at least 3 or 4 heart attacks tonight.
Luckily, there's very little that excites me enough to do that. In fact, I can't think of anything that excites me enough to...
How come frigging Aid knows Natasha's name? Aid fucking never remembers anyone's names. Straight in there with Scarlett. Unbelievable. You probably got her on Instagram as well. It's probably just me who hasn't got her on fucking Instagram.
Snacker Jacks? What? Oh, they're horrid. Are they those ricey things?
You know we all have blue blood, right, Sarah? It's like literally just deoxygenated blood. Every single person has blue blood.
No, it's actually still red.
No, it's only red when it reacts with oxygen.
No.
It's blue. It's there. No, it's blue.
That's your vein diffracting with light through skin.
That's
if you put a knife to that, I'm not
of course I put a knife to it.
You should. If you actually checked, I think you find it won't come out blue. You are not an avatar.
Because it reacts with the fucking oxygen in the air to become oxygenated and red.
No, the red's got something to do with the hemoglobin and the iron.
The red is because it hits oxygen.
No one's got blue blood, apart from maybe some aliens.
Everyone has blue blood.
No, they don't.
Yes, we do.
Those crabs have blue blood because they're copper based.
We all have blue blood.
No. If we had that amount of copper in our body, we'd be dead.
We all have blue blood. I learned it in school.
I'm just checking. Nope. Yeah. All my various war wounds still are oozing red stuff.
Because it's hitting the fucking oxygen in the air.
It's not.
It is.
My wine has been in the air for a long time. It's still red.
Yes, exactly my point. It's red.
Not blue.
No, because it's hit because there's oxygen in the fucking. Oh, this is unbelievable.
Spock's green, isn't it?
I'm watching the England game.
Again. Who won?
Nolan. Okay, Toilet Girl is definitely building for subscribers tonight. She's been very adventurous tonight. Morning, Dawn. He's almost married now, Sarah. He's got a charming fellow called Brian, and they're very happy together. Brian and Aid, or as we call them, Bri-Aid. It's a bit like a shit version of Live Aid. I'm not sure what charity they're raising money for yet, but Aid will tell us. When Bri-Aid goes live, we will find out. We're 3 minutes in. Denmark haven't scored yet, but I believe they do score.
You'll have a 27-minute wait. I've just looked into my crystal balls. Funny enough, I think I do have somewhere. I think I do have a crystal ball. Or a glass one, at least.
Hitler only had one of those.
Apparently, that is false news.
I knew you were going to ruin it.
A lot of these weird and wonderful facts, because remember, history is written by the victors, and they always tend to put down the losers quite a lot.
Well, there is only
and
one.
That's one example of that.
There is only one way to resolve this. Oh,
go back in time.
Oh,
and give him a cop.
No.
Go.
Oh,
1,
Siri.
2. Yeah, he did have 2.
No, we should ask Siri. Oh, Siri.
Siri won't know.
Oh, Siri. Siri. Fuck's sake. Hey, Siri. How many balls did Hitler have? Oh, fucking hell. Hey, Siri. How many testicles did Hitler have?
Chesticles.
How many testicles did Hitler have?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many testicles did Hitler have. Check it out.
Medical records show Hitler only had 1 testicle, according to Reuters.
Oh, the really viable news company.
Well,
Were they there? Did they cop a fill, did they?
A medical document shows that Adolf Hitler only had 1 testicle, German media said on Saturday. Suggesting
maybe the other one was undescended. Because I think you'll find that males do have 2. And sometimes one of them doesn't drop.
Apparently, when he was put in prison in 1923, the medical records at the time shows he suffered from right side criportigism, a condition where a testicle fails to descend into the scrotum.
There you go. So he did have 2, just that only 1 was in the sack.
So yeah, he's only got 1
Which
ball.
means that the other testicle, although it could not produce sperm because of its temperature difference, that's the only reason it needs to come outside the body. It can still produce the regular hormones and the other biological things that a testicle does. So he does have 2 testicles, except 1 was outside the body, 1 was not.
You can make the most interesting subjects incredibly boring.
I'm very skilled at that.
It's a talent.
It is.
I'm going to go with the headline, the sensationalist headline, that Hitler only has 1 ball.
Which is what everyone did.
Complete.
Go with the headline. He had 3.
Yeah, but that's not true. We're going with true.
Yeah, no, but it'll get more bloody views.
Then
Photoshop a massive udder underneath him or something.
Do I look like I'm interested in views? I mean, I'm freaking naked, for Christ's sake. If anything, that's going to get my views down. Oh, Klarna and PayPal have been added. Okay. Oh my God, I've already been live today.
Apparently he has some denim stuff.
Yes. It wasn't that great. I have listed it. Apparently, during conscription, there were 9 cases of men having 3 testicles. So there you go.
There you go, see?
Oh, come you fucking accept that? But when I tell you a legitimate fact, it's oh, no. That is just, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Because I've already researched it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The tri-testicle clan.
Is it because you've got 3 testicles?
3 balls on your shirt. No, it doesn't make a good song, does it?
Well, it depends if we win or not.
Well, if Mr. Kane scores the only and singular goal that wins the match on Sunday, can we call him pre-balls Kane?
That still doesn't work. He would have to score a hat trick.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. If he scored a hat trick
Yeah.
in the
he's
first
not
10
gonna
minutes, can we call him pre-balls on your shirt?
He's not going to score.
That could work. It could work.
The man with 5 willies have pants that fit like a.
5 willies.
Jokes don't get any better, do they? Jesus Christ. Sarah's significant other is a pain in the ass. Is she falling for my charm? Are you falling for my charm, Sarah?
Or is he not using the correct lubricant in his car?
Scarlett, are you coming to my 21st birthday celebration? There you go, that's a question. Are you hopping on the train from South Wales to North Wales? I can provide accommodation for you. Unfortunately, I can't provide any accommodation for your boyfriend. He's going to have to stay in South Wales, I'm afraid. They do have free toilets you can use. So, you know, bonus.
That's why that man had 3 willies, wasn't it? So he could use all of them at the same time.
I thought it was 3 balls.
There could be a man with 3 willies. I expect there is.
We'll find out. Oh, Siri. Siri. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Is there a man with 3 penises?
I don't know what you mean by. Hey Siri, is there a man with 3 penises? How about a web search for it?
It's quite a simple question, Siri. Siri, has there ever been a man born with more than one? Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, Siri. Has there ever been a man born with more than 1 penis?
I didn't find anything. Sorry about that.
Fuck it. What is the point in Siri?
Exactly. I'm just setting my dogs on the. Yes, there has been. There's only one. It's called trypophalia, a condition in which 3 phalluses form during an embryonic stage. I'm seeing if there's pictures. I have to agree to their value policy.
I don't want to see any pictures of that, thank you.
They apparently don't have pictures. They have a Getty image of just a baby with a towel wrapped around it. Extra or supernumerary penises are a rare congenital condition occurring once in every 5 to 6 million live births. It wants me to subscribe to the site. Oh, I do. The level of development of these extra phallus differ in different individuals. In the case of a child in Iraq, 2 additional penises contained an erectile tissue, called whatever in Latin, which becomes engorged with blood during arousal. Okay, reading. The extra penises didn't have urethras, but he had 3 willies. There is such a person. He's an Iraqi.
Well, he's probably been part of Saddam's nuclear experiments then.
He died in the early 2000s, so when he was growing up, surgery wasn't an option. Did they not have surgery back then?
How hard can it be? I mean, I've had many women threaten to chop my penis off before.
Well, he got 3. That'd be all right as long as they picked the wrong one. There's a statistically good chance.
Well, there's a 1 in 3 chance they'll pick the wrong one, and then it's a 50-50.
Well, only if they go for you for the second time. You're not going to be hanging around by then, are you?
Well, it depends if you're tied
There we
up.
go. There's an obvious problem with the relationship. You chopped my willy off. I'm leaving.
You may not have a choice. Oh,
But if there are this multi-willy thing, if there's 1 in 5 billion chance, and there are 70 million people in the UK, 35 million of them are going to be male. So there's 7 people in the UK with 2 willies.
speaking of which, ladies, if you want to meet a man who's got 2 ways to pleasure you, Money Mental UK on Instagram. Ooh, Toilet Girl, are you on Facebook? Let's find out. Let's find out what Toilet Girl's social media presence is. In fact, do I have? I can find it. Just YouTube. That's not true, is it? You're on Facebook. You should join the Money Mental Facebook reselling group. The only reselling group in the world that has bath selfies.
And special deals on blue cases for PS4 games.
That's not happening.
Have we won a second time yet?
No, we're only 15 minutes into the match.
Skip forward about 14 minutes. You should be in for a surprise.
I can't. I'm watching BBC One live.
Doesn't your television allow you to skip it forward?
Not into the future, no. This is a live program.
But if you go back to the original game on ITV and then skip it to that point.
Right, I'm not changing channel. Time for bed. You see, just as we're uncovering the mystery of Scarlett's social media presence, just as I'm closing the net, she escapes to bed. Unbelievable. I'm giving this one up. The new drink. This is Stelford Press tonight.
Yes, this wine is evaporating too quick. I'm going to need cider, I think.
I'm burning through the cider reserves aid. I believe Scarlett is on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to find out one day.
I have to go back to the staple diet.
What are all these adventures with Victoria videos? Who's Victoria, Scarlett?
I have a very large bladder. I will not be pissing all night. I will wake up in the morning and then I'll have my regular urine recycle.
I'm going to be passed out. Scarlett, you're subscribed to far too many US YouTube channels and not enough British ones. We need to change that. She's subscribed to Zane. Zane, Toilet Girl, subscribe to you. Every drink I pay out 3 times as much.
Well, that's a woman thing, isn't it? The physiological attributes of a woman seems they have hamster bladders or something, because my missus is exactly the same. She'll require use of the toilet the moment she gets off of it.
Every time somebody on this channel makes a comment about ladies, I get in trouble.
I'll make all the comments for you, then you can ban me. Then it'll appear that you're the saviour of the womankind.
Scarlett's gone. She's gone. I can tell when she's gone because she's not reacting to my bite. She's not biting at my comments.
And the viewer count dropped to 25. We now have 23 other people in, which is almost as many as I can fit in my room if I ignored the COVID advice. Looks like I'll have to go back to one of the keystone subjects again. Science fiction. Star Wars or Star Trek? Or both. Why not? Or
like, I'd have to go Star Trek, you know.
I would tend to agree with you if I was in an earlier life. Star Wars, now more content is coming out. It is becoming not better than, but I think it's catching up a little.
Catching up maybe, but still not there.
I do enjoy Star Trek. If you were to give me a quiz on Star Trek or Star Wars, I would exceed on the Star Trek. There's plenty of Star Wars I still haven't seen. I haven't seen all of, Rebel, the Rebel animated series. There's some clone animated series. I've seen some of them.
Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah. I have to watch them because it's research.
I am, thanks to my wonderful accountant, Aaron Lucas, the cat books chap. I can't fucking speak. Aaron Lucas.
The blokey with the accountancy stuff.
Aaron, the QuickBooks chap. I'm too drunk to do this. Yes. Go to Bofix for all your accountancy needs. There we go.
Yes.
If you need an accountant, visit Bofix.
So if Star Trek is your go-to, which was your favourite series?
Probably Deep Space Nine.
Ooh. That started so shite. They only got really good in the later seasons.
Oh, yeah, the first 3 seasons were shite, but the last
Very.
ones made up for that.
But I'd controversially go, I think Next Generation, reasonably solid, but I did enjoy Voyager.
Oh, fucking Voyager.
Yeah.
Jeez,
A lot of people
right.
will disagree, which I fully understand. And there was
Yeah.
a lot wrong with Voyager, but there was a lot right with it, like Jerry Ryan.
Right. Okay. I cannot just base that. I mean, she didn't come along for that, like season 4 or something, anyway.
But we had Kess until then.
Nah, she was fucking. Nah, she was just like a fucking snowflake.
Yeah. But did you see when she came back and she was very mad?
No.
She
No.
kind of
I
wreaked
would
quite a bit of havoc.
I'd rather shag Catherine Janeway.
Yeah, it should be all right. But the only person in the Star Trek universe that did was what was his name? The pilot bloke. When they were different aliens on that planet.
Yes, Tom Paris.
Tom Paris, that's the geese, the one that kept running books and kept pissing off Chakotay, which is always good. I like people that piss off Chakotay because he was by far the weakest character. There's this Chakotay episode, I'm a fan of Voyager, but I'd have to fast forward that a bit. I'm going to get out my secret stones and get to my ancestors. Yeah, whatever. There's a lot of science fiction and stuff, but yeah, your secret stones don't cut it, boy. And their idea of hallucinogenic drugs is this red box that you do things with. Sounds a bit synthetic. How would we survive? How would we survive in the Star Trek universe? I know they have their Romulan ales and stuff like that, but most of their stuff is Synthahol.
I would be captain of my own starship. The good ship Enterprise would be under the command of Captain Nolan.
What would be its registration? Because there have been quite a few.
I'd probably be one that lasted.
Or would you make sure the registration had some sort of iconic section?
Obviously, we'd have to replace USS with HMS because I am British. So it would be HMS NCC 1701.
Z.
No.
So all the rest would have to catch up then.
No, because it's HMS. The rest of them are USS. The whole
always get the addresses that everyone else is going to be after. Have Z and then book Y, X, and W and V before it. No one else can have them then.
Yeah, but I've got the first one.
That's already been done though.
No, it hasn't, because this is
that Kirk bloke.
No, well, that wasn't the first one anyway, because there was Archer before then. But
yeah, but they made that up, didn't they? And it's an alternative reality, so it's not technically canon, is it?
It is canon now.
Yeah, it's not. I did not like Enterprise.
That doesn't, because you don't like something doesn't make it not canon.
Doesn't it? I am right.
But mine is HMS NCC 1701, so the registration number is entirely unique.
This is true if it's got HMS in front of it. Yes, it'd be a different web address, wouldn't it? So you could have your own web page.
In fact, I'd probably say fuck it. I'm going to form my own fucking federation. Based on the values and principles that I hold dear.
This is always a good idea.
I would have many Orion slave girls.
Many. What would their other function be?
Well, they're just there to have sex with me.
Well, on the off times when there's no action,
they can have sex with each other.
Even when the Borg are attacking?
Well, that's when I've got the minions to deal with that. Obviously I'd have like a fucking Riker or somebody who would handle these situations for me.
Yeah, you need to like stand-ins, don't you? Keep them busy.
Yeah, I don't actually want to.
If the Borg Queen wanted to assimilate me, then yeah, should be quite welcome. I've seen her in action in a couple of these films and episodes, and yeah, Borg Queen's all right.
No.
She's skilled in multiple techniques.
I'm not interested.
You don't want nano doodahs up your willy then?
I don't want to become a Borg. Thank you very much. I'm quite happy maintaining my own independence of thought.
But if you were strong enough, you could just become sort of like an interloper within their society and take advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd rather create my own society and not have to bother with them.
So you could become the Borg king.
Yeah, I don't want to be the Borg king. I have no, I've already got my own empire.
Empire. There, you could be the Klingon.
Or some derivative of some fucking shit warrior society.
Well, also given your thriftiness, there must be some form of Ferengi in there. So some sort of like Ferengi Klingon union could spawn you.
None of this is happening.
Of course not, but it might do, because quantum physics means that anything can happen.
The British Empire is what I will have.
We've had that. We've been there.
Yeah, but it
didn't
wasn't
quite work.
It wasn't.
Apparently, going to somewhere with a big flag and banging it in the country and saying, "That's mine," and they go, "You can't do that," and then turning around and saying, "Well, have you got a flag?"
Denmark have just
doesn't work. What again? You see, if you're the Borg, you could have a temporal vortex created and go back in time and stop that from happening.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not getting involved with the Borg. I don't like them.
Yeah, but not liking something doesn't mean you can't get involved with them. They might want to involve themselves with you. They might see the HMS 1701 and go, "We could add that technological distinctiveness to our own. Looks quite nice."
I'd rather not.
Yeah, like Sarah says, would you go with a Klingon woman?
Nope. Far too dominant. I prefer to be the dominant one in bed, Sarah. I don't like to be dominated myself.
Would be interesting.
No.
Oh, a boob. Has Siri found your answer to a question you asked 4 weeks ago?
No, I'm just talking to Amy about Twitter. How irrelevant Twitter is now. Right. I'm going to finish this cam, which will be finished soon, and then I'm going to go to bed because
sounds excellent.
I do have work tomorrow.
I apparently have work tomorrow because it's all over the floor here. I haven't put out my orders today, so I'll have to do that tomorrow morning.
What happened to your same-day dispatch?
Well, it still will be. My cut-off point is at 12:15 in the morning.
Okay. So you've
it's a very good workaround.
You've just got to pop them across.
I've just got to make sure that anything that's been ordered today is posted. Well, I say today because it's no longer the today that was today.
So yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. It's in the post today.
So far
away. Oh, we're going to get banned. Our excellent singing is going to trigger the YouTube response again.
Yeah, YouTube has never identified my singing as causing a copyright strike, but oddly enough.
Yeah, because it only looks for singing. I can always get away with it anyway for critical acclaim.
I'm still waiting for England to equalise.
It comes, apparently, according to my data logs, about 9 minutes after the bacon scoffing people's goal.
The Danish pastries who got pasted.
Yes. Although, if you had a bet on today to go 1-0 down and to win 2-1, what are the odds of it?
Don't know. I don't do gambling. It's bad. Don't gamble, folks. You lose 50 grand and then you spend the next few years of your life repaying it.
Or 30.
Always wins.
It's like fruit machines in pub, which I used to be addicted to. They clearly say on the side of it, they got a big notice on the side of it saying, we're going to take 76%, you're going to win 76% back if you put £1,000 in, if you play correctly. So basically it's saying you're going to win, you're going to lose £240 straight away.
Yeah.
But I'll put some money in there then because I might get lucky. Why do pubs have fruit machines?
Because they make FUPS money.
They make a lot more money than you think. Well, these days maybe not, but if you go back in the day when there was fruit machines and there was no COVID and stuff like this, they make more money than employing staff.
Yeah.
I used to run pubs and I used to count the money from the fruit machine takings. It was quite a lot. Quite a few £1,000s a week. It's a lot cheaper than employing another 10 more people. I'm telling you, just put a fruit machine.
Maybe I should put a fruit machine outside my house.
You would still need a license.
Well, that sucks.
Everything needs a license these days.
Do you know what I've got a license for?
To kill.
Correct.
I thought so. There's that double O in front of your secret name that I shouldn't tell anyone about. Which reminds me, is this new Bond film ever going to screen?
Apparently, 2025.
Excellent. I'll wait.
I think it's like November the 12th this year. It's supposed to be out.
Oh, good. There's a new Fast and Furious coming out this month, which hopefully I'll be able to see. Looks quite stupid. I like a nice stupid film. And I'm not sure when's the next Star Wars film coming out. With due a Star Wars film.
I think they're more focused on TV stuff now.
I know they got about 11, 12 series they're interested in doing because it makes a lot more money.
All TV, which I can understand because you're not going to make any money from a cinema at the minute. The only way they would make money is if they released on Disney Plus and charged 20 quid to watch it.
Which would be fine if you got a family of 4, because it's cheaper than the cinema. But a lot of these films, I'm still a cinema goer. Well, I was until the Ravage came. I used to go to the cinema quite often, usually on my own, because the experience is fantastic. Especially we got one of these showcase cinemas in Southampton where you can purchase the nice reclining seats with no one near you anyway. This was before COVID, but you had a private bar upstairs so you can get alcohol. You can get a massive pallet of snackaroonies. It's still quite dear. It's about, I don't know, 15 quid a ticket or something to include the whole thing. But they had Dolby 98 or whatever the hell it was by then, and massive screens and Christ knows what else. The only trouble was the seats were so comfortable and so reclinable. You go there, if the film had a boring moment, you'd fall asleep because it's really nice.
That is not good. You'd have to pay another 15 quid to see what you'd missed.
It's happened. I think once I went to the cinema 3 times to watch the film I was going to watch, and then eventually saw it on video. I think Nice Dream and Nightmare on Elm Street 6. I can't remember. It was many, many years ago when you could smuggle alcohol into cinemas quite easily. They used to do all-night tickets, didn't they? Where you could see something like about five films at a time from about, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the evening to about 3 o'clock in the morning or something, or 6 o'clock in the morning, and come out absolutely wasted. All for
I
a
went
few
to
quid.
cinema in Cardiff once that had like a bar in it, and you could sit in the bar and watch the the film down below. I got absolutely bollocksed.
I think I saw First Contact there. That was in Cardiff.
Was it the Red Dragon Centre?
I cannot remember. I was
That's
in
the
a
one with
different place. I was in a different place because a lady that I'd come down to see had already started dating a new person, and I wasn't in the mood. So she went shopping, and I went to watch some Star Trek, which I thought was far better than going shopping. And it's a
Can't
very good
disagree.
film. I quite enjoyed it.
England have just equalised.
We should win it now.
I feel Italy are going to be a difficult prospect.
Oh, I just meant this game.
Right, it's time for me to go to bed. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Indeed.
I still see you soon. And
Maybe on Friday, as there's no traffic noise, depending on well, not depending on much really.
I should be live on Friday. I need to get more cider because I've now drunk.
You're going to have to take another road trip towards that upper country again.
Or just pay over the odds here. I haven't decided yet.
Well, all these denim sales you could be getting.
Yeah, I need to list some of that. Right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining Drinking with Andrew. We've won the World Cup.
Yes,
And
again.
this weekend, we're going to win the Euros as well.
And
right.
why not?